The second weekend of DTM 2023 and race 3 of the season saw Maro Engel on pole position for the second time in his DTM career, a Mercedes, and alongside him the reigning champion Sheldon van der Linde. As the lights went out, they charged towards the first corner at Tarzan, the pole sitter fending off Sheldon van der Linde, who then came under immense pressure from Marco Wittmann, the two-time champion, who got halfway up the inside of him in the Project 1 BMW, but wasn't quite able to weave a way through and settle back into third place. Good starts as well for the Lamborghinis of Mirko Bortolotti and round 1 championship winner Franck Perrera in his first full season of DTM. But there were drama in the early stages for the Porsche driver Lauren Heinrich and the Mercedes driver David Schumacher, both into early retirements with punctures after contact. At the head of the field, the Maro Engel car continued to pull away, but into the penalty box came Calvin van der Linde, who qualified on the 4th row of the grid, and so too his former GT Masters teammate Patrick Niederhauser, both of them out of position at the start, tumbling down the order. Ricardo Feller was in full tilt trying to get up the order in his number 7 AB Sportsline Audi from the middle of the pack. Side-by-side battle between him and Tim Heinemann, the championship leader coming into the weekend.
Now. Push.
Having to come from 22nd on the grid to try and score a few points in this first race of the weekend. There was a great battle then between Marco Wittmann and Mirko Bortolotti. Wittmann on cold tyres, having made his pit stop later, succumbed to the Lamborghini as the Italian charged through, having to take his opportunity here to come through. He had hoped it would be a battle for third place once all the pit stops were sorted. However, that wasn't necessarily about to be the case. But for Marco Wittmann, he tumbled down from a potential podium-paying position. Sheldon van der Linde then coming out of the pits and joining in with a big advantage over the likes of Marco Wittmann and Mirko Bortolotti. Franck Perrera had also made a decent pit stop in the race, and the round 1 winner made himself a real factor in the battle for a podium position. And so there were further battles just on the fringe of the top 10, and a great gaggle of 5 or 6 cars going side by side here, including Lucas Stoltz, Dries van Teur. Out wide went Alessio De Leda in the Lamborghini, Josef Awega in the pink Mercedes in that battle as well. But to the head of the pack, his debut in the DTM, came Alberto Costa in the Ferrari, standing in for Jack Aitken, the driver who competes in the LMP2 category in the World Endurance Championship this year. Like 5th on the grid, was really feisty in the Ferrari, and found himself eventually up in the top 10 and well up into the points. On board with Marco Wittmann then, as he started to come back at Mirko Bortolotti in the battle for 4th place, with Franck Perrera ahead in 3rd place, catching up to Sheldon van der Linde in 2nd, and then Marco Wittmann getting fully alongside on the way into Tarzan. He was the last of the late breakers in the Project 1 BMW, but all the time Mirko Bortolotti using his experience and track position to keep the Lamborghini just ahead of the charging 2-time champion and 18-time DTM race winner. But on course for his 2nd ever win in DTM, 6 years after his maiden victory at Moscow in 2017. It was about to be the perfect weekend for Maro Engel. He charged across the line, winning the race by 6 seconds, and in so doing charging up from 16th in the championship to 3rd place in the standings. Sheldon van der Linde just about fending off a hard-charging from Perrera, who picked up his 2nd podium finish of the season to follow on from the victory in round 1 at Oschersleben. And great joy for Maro Engel. Perfect weekend, fastest in both free practice sessions, pole position in qualifying, and pretty much a lights to flag victory here to take the win. 2nd place to Sheldon van der Linde with his 1st podium of the season from Perrera. Then with 3rd place moving into the championship lead, Mirko Bortolotti with another good points finish in 4th. Marco Wittmann with his 1st points of the year in 5th place, and a great drive from Lucas Auer to 6th place as well, given the injuries he had at the start of the season. He'd come from 12th on the grid. Lucas Stoltz, after a miserable weekend at Oschersleben, also into the points. Calvin van der Linde fought back to 12th place after his run through the penalty box, but it's a race that might well have delivered more for the AB Sportsline driver. Just great pace in the race. Tim Heinemann, former championship leader, out of the points, and so too was Christian Engelhardt, another one to get a long lap penalty. So race 1 at Zandvoort complete.